Welcome to this edition of the EDC's Vision of Progress. I'm Jim Heald, the 2013 chair of the EDC board, and will be your host for today. Today we have a special program where we are meeting with the EDC staff, and we're going to break this up into two segments. Our first segment will be with Kay Rasmussen, the interim president, and with Caroline McCoy, the Director of Business Expansion. So as we go through this, I'll be directing some questions to each of you and just explain what it is that the Economic Development Council does and what your role in the Economic Development Council for Okaloosa County is. So Kay, I'll start with you. What are the primary duties of the president of the EDC?
Well, thank you, Jim. And first I want to thank you for interviewing the staff and giving the opportunity to share this information with the viewers. And I'm serving as the interim president while the search committee is doing their due diligence for the permanent position. And as such, I'm serving as the chief executive officer. So in that regard, I oversee all operations of the organization, human resources, internal accounting, the staff, the programs. And one key focus is not just looking at today and what is needing today in Okaloosa County, but to play the role of a visionary and to be able to look forward and what the organization needs to do to help our future and our businesses in the future. So it's overseeing the whole program, its team, and the operations.
Sounds like a very important job. What would be your primary focus this year for the EDC as being the president?
Well, with any economic development organization, the key focus is jobs. So locally now, we are focused on preserving and diversifying our business climate base. Okay. So we want to help the businesses that are here, preserve them, help them stay competitive, make sure that they have strong and friendly business climate. We also want to diversify our economy and recruit and attract high growth, high wage industries into Okaloosa County that are sustainable and complement our existing industry base. So we do that through partnering and collaborations, and it all boils down to jobs.
All boils down to jobs. And I understand, Caroline, that you have a very great role in this in terms of business expansion. And I understand that you were just announced yesterday as the new Director for Business Expansion. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
What are your primary duties as the Director?
Okay, it's actually all in the title. What I do is help businesses that are seeking to either expand or locate in Okaloosa County. The main function is to help the companies with incentives, education, help them understand what incentives are available to them to help them grow their business.
Okay. And where do you get the leads to be able to go out and help these new companies that may be coming into Okaloosa County?
We actually get our leads from various sources, trade shows, from our members, site consultants. We also self-generate leads. A lot of our projects are actually companies that are already located in Okaloosa County who are looking to expand.
Okay. So if I have a new company or I have a company that is interested in coming into Okaloosa County, what are the first things that I should do?
Okay, well, I'll take your example of an existing company. The most important thing to do is to contact the EDC before a final decision is made. The basis of an incentive is to induce the company into making their final decision. So ideally, contact the EDC before you create the jobs or sign the lease. The EDC will coordinate the proper incentive programs and get you started on completing, if you're going for financial incentives, a general project overview, which ideally collects the basic business information, captures the job growth, the wages, the qualifications, and then the EDC will move forward from there.
Great. Kay, Caroline just said that you would coordinate I assume that that means that there are many people that are involved with a project when it comes in. Can you elaborate on that?
Sure. One of my strongest messages since becoming the interim president is that we don't do anything alone, and it does take collaboration. It takes partnerships. So we play the middle guy, the matchmaker, and this is where Caroline excels at, is we work with the businesses. We work at the local level. It can be with cities or county to provide a location. If there is anything that is an expense to a company to expand or locate here, it can be flipped over and used as an incentive and to lower their expense of setting up or growing business. We facilitate and play matchmaker with the state entities as well as federal organizations. The big one is the Economic Development Administration in Washington, D.C., but USDA HUD also has programs. We work with our educational partners, because workforce is a huge component right now. When you talk about creating jobs, job equates to a person, and who's going to fill that position. So we have to make sure that we have a trained and available workforce with the skill sets needed to fill those positions. So the Workforce Development Board, our educational partners, we go after grants. Our partners will go after grants in order to pay for the training. So there's a lot of intricate pieces that all come together, and the EDC's role is to play the middle person, to align, identify programs that will assist the company, help educate our partners on what they can do to assist the businesses locate or expand. So we're the middle guy, the conduit, if you will, with all the different resources.
Great. Caroline, Kay just mentioned grants, you mentioned incentives. What kinds of things are available to a company so that we could entice them to either expand or to relocate into our community?
Okay, absolutely. Well, there are very different types of incentives. They can either be monetary or they can just be value of time. The financial incentives, they are usually in the form of tax refunds. They are offered through the state. For the state incentives, they must be in a targeted industry, and you can find the list of target industries on our website, but ideally they are information technology, clean tech, aerospace defense, homeland security, and also with emphasis on manufacturing and headquarters. There are programs such as the Qualified Target Industry Tax Refund, the Economic Development Transportation Fund. There's also a specific Industry Recruitment, Retention, and Expansion Fund, which is commonly referred to as the $10-10-10 that Senator Gates had set aside for the 8 disproportionately affected counties. So that is one of the hottest incentives that we have. The other incentives that are not necessarily monetary include expedited permitting. Our county, the Okaloosa County Board of County Commissioners, and all of their departments have put together a competitive expedited permitting process, which in a lot of our businesses, time is important to them. So our county has already taken the initiative and put one into place.
Wow, that sounds exciting, but it also sounds very complicated. How can a company get help to walk through all of these processes?
We definitely want to contact the EDC before any decision is made. We will assist the company, and also want to make it a point that the EDC helps all businesses. They don't necessarily have to be EDC members. It is available to any business that wants to grow in Okaloosa County. What they definitely want to do is they can contact any of the staff members or even our board members, and we will take it from there.
Okay, great. Kay, I know that you're the interim president, but you also have a full-time second job as the director, and let me get this correct, Vice President for Community and Economic Development. What are the primary functions of that job?
Right, well, that's my original real job, and the primary function in that is the community and economic development phrase, and my key role is to serve as a liaison with all of the cities, the towns, and the county. So to share information with them about what the EDC is doing, I work with them one-on-one. to help them with their specific jurisdiction. If they have a specific need that they want assistance with, they've asked me to help them work with their committees, work with their staff, serve on committees to help them improve their business climate. I share information with them as far as the EDC programs and activities so they know what we're doing. I try to make everything as transparent as possible so they fully understand what we're doing and how it benefits their community. And then they know they can contact me. I am their liaison to help them from the subject matter expert of economic development and help facilitate their movement to be business friendly.
Very good. You've talked about our relationship with the county and with the city governments. How about our relationships with the local chambers?
That is extremely important, and one of the key factors of economic development from any perspective is quality of place. You know, you can have the workforce that I mentioned earlier, but a business, it comes down to almost a people decision, and they want to be in a community that is of high quality. The chambers are integral in that component because they contribute and help develop and identify the quality of place factors. So they are a partner in economic development and promotion of a community. By working together with them, we can be comprehensive. And we bring things to the table and they bring things to the table, and together we can cover all the bases and make sure that we're doing everything we can as community advocates to support and promote our community. So they're an essential partner in the whole piece of the puzzle.
Okay. Great. One final question before we take a short break. I understand that there is a need for confidentiality when we are dealing with projects. Can you speak about what is driving that confidentiality?
Sure. It is important. There is a Florida state statute that provides economic developers protection for their clients, and Caroline deals with this all the time. We sign into non-disclosure agreements. And the reason we do that is to protect the company's proprietary information. It's very competitive out there. And so if a company is looking to locate here as an example, they're also looking to locate someplace else. And as Caroline was talking earlier, we are putting a package together to help facilitate their decision, to lower their upfront costs, to make sure that they have what they need to be successful here. Well, other communities are doing that as well. If another community finds out what package we're putting together to help this company, they know our card, we just played our card, and now they can trump it if they want to or if they're able to. And now we can be at a disadvantage because, as Caroline answered a moment ago, time is very important, and these companies many times will have a timeline, and if the competitive area offers something we can't offer or we can't turn around to trump it, if you will, back, we can lose the company. Right. Many times too, we want to help protect the company's information because they have their due diligence to do in setting up their management and response of how they're going to handle their expansion or relocation. So we have to respect what they do so we don't rock their boat. So there's a lot of different avenues, but it's for their protection and for the end result of actually getting them to expand and locate here.
Great, great. Well, Kay and Caroline, thank you so much for explaining a small part of what your duties are and how important the Economic Development Council is to business expansion in Okaloosa County. We're going to take a short break and meet with some more of the staff of the EDC, and we'll be right back with you in a minute.
When 10,000 students need to be online at the same time, Cox Business is there.
When the big game relies on an even bigger communications network, we're there.
And when students need the same tools and opportunities no matter where they are, we're there.
With a $16 billion network and ability to route 50 million calls a day, Cox Business powers education. We're there for your business, too.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Welcome back to the EDC's Vision of Progress. I'm Jim Heald, and once again I'll be your host as we talk with the EDC staff and learn more about what they do to support the Economic Development Council of Okaloosa County. With me in this segment are Debbie Bodenstein and Lonnie DeBay. Debbie, we'll start with you. You're the Vice President for Business Development and Public Relations. Sounds like a lot of work. What are your primary duties as Vice President?
Well, Jim, thank you. I work primarily with existing industry, and in particular with our private sector funding and with public outreach. So I work with our investors.
Okay. Our investors, our current members of the Economic Development Council, how do we get those people?
Well, they come from all sectors. They come from local, regional, corporate headquarters and businesses, those that are doing business in our Okaloosa County, those that have affiliations with businesses, or that want to do business here, and they make a financial commitment to participate in our organization.
What types of companies have invested in the EDC?
We have a wide spectrum. They range from defense contractors to financial institutions to some of the service organizations such as United Way, retail, a whole plethora of different types of businesses. Any business is a quality member of the EDC.
Okay. And how do businesses find out about the EDC?
Well, we're out in the community quite a bit by word of mouth, as well as our website and public relations.
Okay. Lonnie, I imagine with websites and things along those lines that you become very involved. Lonnie DeBay is our administrative executive. Can you talk to us a little bit about what your primary duties are?
Well, I have 3 main responsibilities: receptionist, staff assistant, and public awareness. And the usual duties of receptionist: handling, answering the phone, processing mail, things like that. And then as staff assistant, Debbie mentioned that she goes out to the investors, so I assemble her investor packets for her. And public awareness, I coordinate and update the EDC website, the Facebook page, and the Twitter account. I also distribute the press releases for the EDC.
Okay. Can you describe what's on the website for the EDC? Why would I want to go and take a look there?
Oh, there's all kinds of information on there. In fact, the EDC's website has been updated, has a new design as of July of last year. The home page shows the mission and the responsibilities of the EDC. So it's very informative and it's very easy to navigate. We have 7 main tabs at the top of the home page. You can go on the home page and you can look for business information. Site selectors can get on there. Maybe they have a company client that may want to come to this area. It would have information for them on workforce and talents, financing, incentives, sites and facilities that would be available here in Okaloosa County. Also, there's who we are, the staff, membership. If you want to contact one of us, you could go on our website and just find one of us and send us an email.
Great. So it sounds like there's an awful lot of resources that are available on the website. You mentioned also a Twitter account. So I guess we're trying to reach out in ways. How would I get involved with Twitter?
The Twitter account is new for me. I have not really experienced Twittering before working with the EDC, but it's been very exciting finding out about and learning about these types of communications. So right now I've Twittered 39 times since January, and that's about 3 times a week. We put information on there that would be that the community would be interested in. Like, for instance, we congratulated our Caroline McCoy for her recent advancement. There's just a little bit of information, and if you want to find out about it, I put links on there and you can go to the article, the video, or whatever. And it's something that I have found that if I'm on it, you can find information immediately. It's really exciting. And if you want to go on Twitter and find the EDC, it would be EDC Okaloosa County. So it would pop up as you search.
Great. It sounds like a great way to keep in contact with the EDC and all the great happenings that are there. Debbie, Lonnie just mentioned the fact that she puts together packages before you go out and meet with the companies. What kinds of things are important for the companies to have in those packages?
Well, they need to know a lot of who we are and the importance of being involved in the Economic Development Council, because it provides them an opportunity to be a part of the growth and expansion of our economic base here. It provides them with information on who the other members are, who they will be networking with, who they can collaborate with. It provides them information on our organizations like TechMen, Technology, Engineering, Manufacturing Network. So it provides a lot of information on who we are, what we do, and some of the demographics.
Okay. Earlier when we were talking with Kay and Caroline, they talked about diversification and retention. And of course, Caroline spoke of the diversification in attracting new businesses. I assume that a lot of what you're concerned about is retention. Why is that so important?
Existing industry is very key to our success and viability. If you see statistics, you'll read statistics, and they say anywhere between 75% and 79% of job creation comes from existing industry. So thereby, they are our job creators, and they also provide our assets for how we can grow our economy, that we can find compatible or comparable types of industry to attract to our area.
Okay. And how do we find out what kinds of things that existing businesses need? What do you do to assist them?
I'm glad you asked. I've been working with a lot of the industries on doing industry surveys or interviews. We started this a couple of years ago and mainly concentrated on our aerospace and defense industries, and now we're expanding it to more variety of different industries. And in these interviews, I get to sit down with them and find out where they are in their business model. Are they emerging? Are they declining? Are they maturing? You know, where they are. So that gives us an idea of how we can help. We find out information on where their growth potential is. You know, what are their needs for warehouses or office space? What are their workforce needs or workforce challenges? And with this information, we can, one, identify where we can grow our economic base, but also on where we can partner to help them with their challenges. Maybe it's workforce, maybe it's finances, maybe it's a new building. So it gives us a lot of information to help them grow and expand.
That sounds great. So if I've decided that you've come and visited me and I want to join the EDC, what do I have to do to join?
Oh, it's easy. It's either a phone call or a mouse click away. You can call our office and we can provide you information on membership and the different categories, or online on our website. We have the capability to download an application and decide on what level you'd like to participate.
Great. And so other than all the help that the EDC would give a business in terms of joining in looking at removing roadblocks for expansion, assisting in expansion and things along those lines. What other ways can a business get involved with the EDC? What are some things that they can do?
Well, with our TechMen organization, with our Technology, Engineering, and Manufacturing Network, that for that niche of businesses, they can work within that group. We have regular forums or symposiums. They can attend those. They can provide us information on their business, so we can share that when we have potential businesses or those needs available.
We have a number of committees that people can get involved with on a voluntary basis. And you mentioned the forums. We do have the roundtable forums that we have several times a year that people can join and learn about all the happenings that are going on in the economic development community. Lonnie, I understand there's one other way that we can learn about things and that are happening and learn about the EDC. I understand we have a newsletter.
Yes, we do. And it's called The Voice of Progress. I happen to have the April issue with me. You can view it on our website under the tab News and Media. Scroll down to Newsletter, and you can view it there. It is a bi-monthly newsletter, and the next issue should be out in June.
And having just recently read it, it's got a lot of great information in there. Well, this has been exciting today. We've had a chance to meet right now with Lonnie DeBay and with Debbie Bodenstein. Earlier we met with Kay Rasmussen, the interim president, and Caroline McCoy. We really have a great staff that is making sure the Economic Development Council serving Okaloosa County is progressing and serving all the business needs that are out there in the community. Our vision is to grow, and the businesses, our focus on this year is to expand, diversify, and preserve the economy. We just have a great organization, and we encourage you to be a part of it. This is Jim Heald. I've been your host for today, and I hope that you will be able to tune in with us next time. Thank you so much for watching.